Hello and welcome back to this video. I'm sorry about the whole not uploading thing. I've been sick, or I was sick. I know it's been a little over a month now of me not posting videos, and hopefully I can post the ones that I had already had made and then the ones that I'm making now. Unfortunately, I was sick with pneumonia for 2 weeks. I got over it, or at least I thought. It came back. We thought it was walking pneumonia, which is basically not as bad as the other version of pneumonia. It's basically where you can walk and you're not hospitalized, but then that then goes to the other form of pneumonia, the one that I ended up having, which was hospitalization pneumonia. Now, that's just how me and my family call it. I'm not sure if that's any specific term, but I missed a lot of time and things like that in the hospital. So, unfortunately, I didn't have much to do. I wasn't in school for a while, so I kind of did this stuff because I was sick and I got really bored of just watching TV and stuff, so I made a mock and started doing a couple other things. I ordered stuff on eBay, and that came, and I'm about to show you everything that I got. So, all these minifigures in this mock that I'm about to show you are brand new. They really are, which I really like about this mock. Now, this is a winter battle scene with Russians and Germans. So if you look at this back area, you can see that there's a German right here, a German right here, a backpack, and then a German off to the side. Now I'll show you how I made him crouching in just a couple seconds. Right here, you can see kind of the tip. I blocked that out a little bit. That's the tip of a Kar-98 rifle. This soldier's Kar-98 rifle. This one has an MG32, and this backpack doesn't belong to this soldier, but the soldier in front of him, which I'll show you that little battle scene. Sorry for my dogs, there's someone outside of my house right now. A FedEx truck. So, basically, I kind of made this snow mound and a huge snow mound here. Now this, if you can see the little gray right here at the bottom of your screen, right around here, that's supposed to be a road that it just got really heavy snow. Now these are Russians up here, and I'll start talking about them in quite a little while. Now if I turn this to this side, you can see what I kind of did here. And I'll show you on another minifigure on how I did that. But if you look on here, you have this soldier crouching, and you can see this guy trying to pull up this one right here, which once I move it another way, you can see a little more clearly. And you can see how this mound kind of gets detailed, kind of slopes up, but in the Russians area, it kind of just drops down. Now, with this Kar-98 being here, it's kind of like that guy just kind of tossed it aside, and I'll show you the different, basically, actually I'll go to this. I reordered something that I already had, so most of the soldiers are going to look like this. 3 of those winter guys will look like the 3 guys that I've already shown in another package opening video. But, oh. Put them in the wrong place. There. Sorry. But, actually I kind of lost my train of thought. Sorry. Basically what I was trying to say is, these guys, you kind of will know what they are if you go to a review I've done, or package opening I've done a little while back. But unfortunately I was too sick. I had lost my voice, so instead of talking and making a video, I just opened them up because I was really excited to open them up too. And just kind of did things like that. Now, I made this guy crouching off of something that Clone Trooper X39 did, and I pasted off of what he did. So I'm going to still be talking about the Germans' side, so I'm going to move this up, see if I can actually move it a little bit more. So you can see that this guy's kind of like yelling, he's been hurt, and I actually switched his face with the face right of this guy right here. So it kind of looks like he's yelling in pain. Oh, you can't see a lot of detail because this kind of just scrapes by. But this MG32 guy right here is firing quite hectically over at the Russians, while this guy is providing cover fire as this German is trying to pull up the other one. Now on the side, I'm going to not go over the things that are in the snowbank. If you can see, I'll talk about those in a second. I'm going to talk more about the Germans' side. So, about this side, I'm going to kind of move this back. Can you guys see a little bit more? Okay. So this German, his main goal was to jump over this kind of trench line they almost made. Jump over and throw a grenade right here. Because they thought that they had ammunition there. So they keep reloading down there. It was basically a thought. He had his Kar 98 in his hand while he was going to jump over and throw it, but unfortunately got shot. Now I do have a little red dot right here, but unfortunately I can't really show it to you without things falling off the mock, and I'd rather them not. So he's been shot and pretty heavily wounded. He has blood in his legs, quite a lot of it pooling around him as well. And this soldier right here is trying to drag him up. Now, I don't know what that symbol on their helmet is. I completely forget what that decal means. I think it means that they've, like, served in France or something close to it. I'm very sorry if I'm getting that wrong. So, if you guys can tell me what that helmet decal means, that would be wonderful. Because that would also save me the trouble of going through my items. So this kind of slopes downward a little more ruggedly than this one. This one doesn't really slope downward, but this hill slopes downward kind of almost sudden, and it does it, like I said, ruggedly. Now over here, I'm going to talk about the Russian side now. So this right here is really the only sloping that you'll see on the Russians' mound. It kind of just slopes down a little more smoothly right here. There's a shovel right here, as if like they were digging it and just stuck it in the snow when they got attacked. And if you look from this angle and you focus more on the Russians, you can kind of see that the Russians, they all have PPSHs, which are quite nice. Two of them have helmets, and they had the same face, but two of them had the same face, so I just switched one out, which actually ended up working pretty well. And then two of them have regular M1 pot helmets, and then one has a Ushanka hat, which is in brown. And they're all kind of firing, and if you look on this side, there's a little more detail as well. So he's kind of like, oh, I did not realize the camera angle wasn't that good. He's kind of pivoting. This, I forget the name of it, but this is actually a Russian sniper rifle, I believe. If I'm getting that correct. There could be a possibility that I'm not, which they kind of just put down, seeing how this was more close combat than, because usually they would have one of these soldiers, probably this one right here, seeing how he is more of the commander and probably a sniper too, go with the sniper and sit right in this little trenched in area. But he saw too many Germans advancing when he took out the ones he could, but there was still more coming. He decided to retreat back over here. Now there's a total of 4 Germans in this small mock. I don't know the diameter or the stud count of what it is, of like the length and width of it. Unfortunately, I did not count. I was just thinking of doing more a lawn mock, and I was thinking maybe eventually I can incorporate this tank right here, which you can also see a review on, and incorporate that tank into maybe a lawn mock like this one. I was really happy with how this came out, and if you look in here, there's kind of at the side right here, there's kind of a little hole, and if you see that black stick coming out right there, that's actually a stick grenade that I have, same as these guys. I was thinking maybe they just had one on them, or they confiscated it off of a dead German, or off of a German, or took it off of a dead German. But they have it in there. They have a nice little hole for it. And then if you look right over here, in this corner right here, you can see this kind of popping out, which is actually a radio that I have. And I just kind of stuck in there for a little more detail. But other than that, this is pretty much the whole battlefield. And these 7 soldiers right here were all new. So I thought I'd show that before I do another video on the other soldiers that I got, which are another 7 more. So in total I got 14 more soldiers to add to my collection, but 7 of them were kind of already used up in this mock, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. One thing that I don't personally care about in the mocks that I build is I don't care if they have this more white pale skin or the original yellow skin. Eventually, when I am able to determine all that and am doing certain things where I'm making sure every little detail is fine, eventually I'll probably have them all the tan, or the more pale color, just because that's more of a skin tone than white. I mean, than the yellow. But unfortunately, if I did do that, there aren't many faces that go of white, of that pale. A lot of them are Star Wars, and unfortunately, some of the great faces that go really well with these guys aren't necessarily Star Wars. So, you have to get to that point. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, though. I would love to see you guys come back with to watch me make another video. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about the new people, or the 7 new soldiers I got. Some more changes. Actually, I got 15. Because I just realized I got another soldier, but I put him on a mock of mine. A couple tree type things that I got, and some minifigures that I made myself. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Peace!